this condescending tone that we keep hearing from pundits on the left about how this was we the people's vote. You know, that they certified the votes. They certified the people's votes, and it's like, yeah, but half of the people are saying those votes are fraudulent.
More than half.
Okay, more than half, right?
Yes.
So that should be enough for them to go, well, let's just prove it to you. All right, let's just prove it to the American people. They're like ignoring that.
Yep.
They're just completely just, what is this? It's not a straw man.
Yeah.
I have this amazing thing about thou shalt not commit logical fallacies. It's an amazing
gosh,
image.
yeah.
But do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
but that's what it is. They're just completely ignoring the argument. They're ignoring any allegations. Look, if there is allegations and people don't believe it, wouldn't you doesn't the American people deserve to just have it set in stone that it was proven that it was a legitimate election, period, done. Okay. They're ignoring it. They're like, well, these people just want to win. They just want Trump to win.
Yeah, not one chamber, not one of the two chambers of Congress heard an ounce of evidence. Not one
Correct.
of any courts was willing to hear an ounce of evidence. Not even the Supreme Court was willing to hear the evidence. When each and every single one of these chambers, each and every one of these establishments comes together to say, we're not going to hear the evidence. The President of the United States doesn't have standing. When they all come together to say this, you should have no doubt in your mind that they all came together to plan this out to go exactly how it has gone.
It does seem like that.
It is absolutely no doubt in my mind that they wanted the Capitol to be stormed today. They wanted each and everything to happen that did happen to happen so that they could have an excuse to go further and further. You notice what they did? Mere hours after they quote-unquote stormed the Capitol, they kicked Trump off of Twitter, and now they're going further and further. They're banning conservative accounts, thinning out the follower base of conservative influencers and conservative activists and people on all these platforms. They have been killing my channel, my YouTube channel, for the last year because I speak about things they don't want me to speak about. I represent something they don't want me to represent, and that is, I hate to bring race into it, but that is a black teenager who does not fall into the same idea that quote-unquote Black Lives Matter, and in order to make them matter, you have to eliminate the nuclear family, or you have to say that, oh, I'm a permanent victim. All these different things that they want me to believe, whether it is that Joe Biden won the election, or whether that is all these other things that they want to program into my mind. If I kneel down and buy into it, they give me everything I want. But because I enjoy and love dangerous freedom, and I enjoy and love this freedom of speech that I'm using every single minute of my life, they want to get rid of me, they want to get rid of you, and they want to get rid of every single other patriot who's going to get out there and speak their mind. And that's the scariest thing about all of this, is that they're all coming together to achieve that goal. Even those of Trump's friends, like Mike Pence, who turned around and put a knife in the chest of Americans. Even Kelly Loeffler.
Hold on. Okay. Take a breath.
Sorry.
All right. No, don't be sorry. Don't. After that, that is not what I want to hear. You deserve a round of applause for that, because that's incredible to hear that coming from someone so young. I mean, you're 20 years my younger, and it's incredible to hear how your passion. You know, that I love it. I love seeing that passion. I want to talk about Pence after this.
Oh yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you, because you're going to be part of the reason why we are not lost. And that's what people need to see. They need to know that there's a younger generation out there that's paying attention and wants to do something, is doing something about it. You are doing something about it. You're out there. You're talking about it. You got a YouTube channel. What is your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is just my name, Chandler Crump, and
Chandler
that's like
Crump.
Trump but with a C at the start.
Chandler Crump. Well, it's in the title. Chandler Crump.
It is, okay.
Check him out on YouTube. I don't have his YouTube channel, but I do have his Twitter account linked right below. You can click on that. I would like to put. I'll put your YouTube in for the clips and everything, because we'll clip this up now. Now let's talk about Pence for a second.
Oh yes.
Because some interesting stuff has come to light today. Do you know that Nancy Pelosi called Pence to try to get him to do the 25th Amendment and remove Trump? You know what happened?
All about that.
You know what happened?
What happened?
She was on hold for 25 minutes, and he said, "I won't take your call." He didn't even talk to her. He denied her phone call. That's weird. After seeing how buddy they were, you know, locking elbows, and you know, everyone, they were like, "Good job, everybody! All right, you know, woo, we did the electors thing."
Yeah.
And then today, it's weird because I'm also hearing that Pence and Trump haven't spoken since earlier on in the day yesterday,
Yeah.
which isn't really surprising. I think Trump is rather busy.
Oh yeah.
That's another subject, but it's interesting because he denied Pelosi. He said, I'm not gonna pursue, removing Trump with the 25th Amendment. That's interesting because they needed him. 25th Amendment. Sorry? 25. Yeah, she was on hold for 25 minutes. The 25th Amendment. That is a good point.
That's an interesting
for those who are wondering,
connection.
this is Chandler's father.
He's not mic'd up, but he's talking about the irony.
But that's interesting that it is 25 minutes that she was on hold, exactly, and that she was being denied. But I mean, you brought Pence up a couple times.
Yeah.
And by saying he stabbed him in the back.
Yes.
How do we know that? Okay. Twitter is a frenzy right now.
Oh yeah.
Today and yesterday. I mean, it is. I'm honestly, I might needing to take a break from Twitter because people confuse my optimistic nature for being naive, and they are so wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people. I do my research. All right. For many of my followers and my viewers, they know that I do my research. I pride myself on knowing what I'm talking about before I speak. I get that feeling from you as well. You seem very knowledgeable about things, and that doesn't make any sense for Pence to do what he did yesterday and then do that today. I don't get that. There's some things that are going on, and now there's things that I know that I can't even talk about right now because we live in a land, a time where even just discussing an idea can get me banned off this platform. Now this is I have a voice right now. I am an optimistic person. I want to share my optimism with people, and I get that same vibe with you. That's why Chandler Crump's YouTube, check him out, because I've seen your videos. I've actually joined in on a show before. Randomly impromptu, I just was like, hey, let me jump in. You were like, awesome, let's do this. But it's being optimistic for a future, and not being defeated. Okay, we cannot be defeated. I cannot be defeated. Look, even if everyone even calls me crazy by even saying this, even if Trump loses, okay, because everyone's like, he did lose, blah 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 blah. It's like whatever. It's not over until somebody is inaugurated. All right. And I'm gonna keep doing my polls every day. Who's going to win?
I've seen those.
I've done it every single day since the election. I'm not gonna stop until someone's inaugurated.
Spot poll.
It's still over 50% think that Trump's gonna take it. So there's still a good chunk of it. That people think that it's gonna happen. So listen, I have to be careful because I want to have this platform to continue talking and giving you my optimism. So I want to finish that thread. If he does happen to lose, do you think I'm going to get defeated? You think I'm going to give up? Do you think I'm going to stop fighting for freedom and what's right? Do you think Chandler here is going to stop? Chandler, what do you think? What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
No. I don't think I'm asking you if he loses, if he loses, are you going to give up?
Nope.
Are you going to stop being political?
They're going to come for every single freedom we have, and yet we're going to keep fighting no matter what, because the only way our freedom dies is if we let it.
Absolutely. This is a 16-year-old kid. Sorry to call you kid, but
No,
I mean you're
I take
16.
no offense to it.
You're young, and you're impressive though, for someone being as young as you are. But that is when we think about the American youth, it's tainted by we think entitled, we think spoiled and clueless to the realities of life. When here we have Chandler proving he's aware, he has a path, he's got a vision for the future. I think we need to reevaluate what the younger generation is capable of. Okay, because I'm still learning it. You're part of a different generation. You were raised with the internet, right?
Yes.
Did you always have the internet?
Yes.
Growing up?
Yeah. I think I got my first actual electronic device for myself to use when I turned 5.
Wow.
In 2010. So it was
2010.
Yes, 2010.
Jeez, that Yeah, it just
That
feels
like
so
that was a
old.
year after you won the skating thing in New York,
Yep,
right?
2009.
2009,
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah, I got my first
Skating
phone
thing.
a year after that when I was 5 years
That's
old.
awesome.
Still,
That is the
yeah.
Broadway bomb, by the way, for those
Yes.
wondering. And I actually, random side note, I have the person who controls and runs the Broadway bomb. He's going to join me on my show, and we're going to talk about that. And he's going to officially declare me the winner. It's
Oh
pretty
my
awesome.
gosh.
We'll talk about that anyway. But man, but I want to stay on this because
Yeah.
it's a different world to think about, because I remember before there was internet. I remember
Mm-hmm.
dial-up modems and needing the phone, that one phone in the house, and asking like, can I use the phone for the next hour and a half while I go online, because you needed to do the dial-up thing, and like that's how it worked. And nowadays it's like, I mean, I pick up my phone and I stream my show from my phone sometimes. You know, it's like I use my phone for internet for other devices. Like, it seems so simple, but in the scheme of things, that's incredible, where we are.
Yeah.
So back to your generation,
Yeah.
you know, how many kids your age that are like you? Do you know? I mean, your average, I mean, you're high school, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So your high school friends, your community, you know, what is, you know, give me some light into, you know, the rest of, because, you know, I'm seeing you, but tell me some more about the rest of your peers.
Yeah, so I think my generation really is
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I like
your
to say it, because
generation.
in my opinion, I'm pretty isolated from young people at this point because I'm fully involved in all this. But
Yeah.
I think back from what I can remember and the rest of my, the rest of the culture that I still pay attention to for young people, whether that be on TikTok or Instagram or other social media platforms, I can see them and know what they're up to. I think at this point, they're becoming one of the most free-thinking generations, especially looking at how young they are. Now, this Generation Z, in my opinion, is a liberal generation.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It is much less liberal than the millennial generation was at this point in their growth. Generation Z, while being a little on the left, is also more libertarian. They really love freedom, and the one defining factor about them is that they hate political correctness. So of course you have the one group, which is like a small minority right here on the left, that is all like, the blue hair, pronouns in your bio, anything less than that is transphobia.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, you're racist if your skin is brighter than mine, no matter what, despite the fact that it's in and of itself is racism. But either way, that's the small group right there. But then the majority of them are so anti-political correctness. They see Latinx, she, her in your bio, and they're like, bleh. They say, you're a snowflake. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And this doesn't necessarily mean they support Trump, or doesn't necessarily mean that they're a conservative in any way.
Yeah.
But it does mean that they are thinking more logically and more with common sense more
Awesome.
than anything, which is the most important thing, because these are the people who are going to be running our nation in the future.
It's true.
When I got started in politics, my main goal was to inspire hope in all the older people who are still running things right now. A lot of people I know, especially when I'm out in the field and I'm meeting people, they're always like, before I met you, I had no hope in the next generation. I had no hope for the future of America, because I said, even if I fight and possibly even win right now, it's not going to matter, because the left has indoctrinated our youth into thinking that socialism is an acceptable idea and all these other terrible things that will kill our nation. I say to them right then and there that Generation Z has been lied about. We have been slandered about, and we're going to save America no matter what. Somebody I know coined the term #hero generation, because we're going to have to save America from the millennial generation perhaps, or just earlier Gen Zers, or no matter what, whoever tries to kill it, which may come even sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
We're going to have to save America, and I'm inspiring people and telling them that we're going to do it. So you can count on us.